This place has a way of making you feel both incredibly small and utterly connected.
It's almost as if time slows down here, isn't it?
High in the misty hills of Murree, where pine trees whisper secrets older than memory and clouds drift low enough to touch, I set off on a journey, not just to explore, but to remember what stillness feels like. Murree isn't loud. It doesn't shout for attention. It waits patiently, wrapped in fog, offering itself only to those who slow down enough to notice. The roads curve like a gentle story unfolding, and with every turn, the pace of life softens. Here, the wind doesn't rush, it lingers. The air carries the earthy scent of pine needles, rain-soaked stone, charcoal grills, and nostalgia. With a calm expression and a thoughtful gaze, I walked through its winding paths, hands tucked into my coat, breath visible in the cold. My hair, tousled by the mountain breeze, felt alive, responding to the rhythm of the hills. There was no rush, just quiet observation, a stillness between steps. Fog curled between trees like memory itself. I wasn't just looking at nature, I was part of it. In that space between silence and sound, I found presence. The chairlift at Patriata lifted me above the treetops, floating through layers of mist like a leaf on the breeze. It was the closest thing to flying I've ever felt. Below me, rooftops vanished into a sea of white, and in that suspended stillness, the noise of daily life faded away. Up there, I wasn't a tourist. I was a speck in something much larger. And somehow, that was comforting. I wandered through the bustle of Mall Road, where old architecture stood proudly in the fog. Locals wrapped in shawls offered roasted corn, pakoras, and steaming cups of Kashmiri chai. The kind of chai that warms more than your hands. It slows your thoughts and opens your chest. I met shopkeepers with eyes full of stories and children laughing through breathless clouds of cold air. The streets buzzed gently with a rhythm of their own, not chaotic, just alive. But not everything was serene. We brought our own mischief too. I decided to shake up the quiet with a silent prank. Standing completely still in the middle of a busy walkway, while hidden speakers in my jacket played slow, eerie breathing sounds. At first, people ignored it. Then they noticed. Some turned and looked around. One man jumped back. A few kids started laughing. Another person offered me a napkin, thinking I was sick. In a place where everyone moves quietly through their day, we gave them a moment of surprise and laughter. In that moment, we weren't strangers anymore. We were part of the same joke. That's what travel is really about. Not just the mountains you climb or the tea you sip, but the connections you didn't expect. The unscripted, fleeting moments that become the real stories you take home. It's in the smile of the man who roasted your corn without asking for payment. In the little girl who waved at you from a wool shop window. In the silence you shared with the sky while standing alone on a foggy hillside. Murree isn't just a place, it's a feeling. A reminder that peace isn't something you chase. It's something you step into when you stop chasing. It slows you down in the best way. Makes you look inward. Makes you notice things. The shape of a tree against the light. The crunch of gravel beneath your boots. The way a stranger's kindness lingers longer than expected. In a world that moves too fast, Murree is a pause, a breath, a mirror. And in that reflection, you might just remember who you are when no one is watching. I came here looking for calm and left with stories, stillness, and the quiet joy of being exactly where I was meant to be.